Welcome back, students. I am Sir Sunil, your chemistry teacher. Good morning to my dear children. We are discussing our unit 2nd, the role of chemistry in our life. From this topic, today we are going to discuss an important part, that is fibers and fabrics. All of you take out your book and watch this session carefully. Okay, before that I am going to ask one thing. Okay, students, did you learn the question answers? Did you start to learn the question answers which I have given to you from unit 1st? Okay, you are good children, I know very well. Maybe you are started, maybe some are completed. Okay, don't forget to complete the copy work. Okay, those who have the copy, please start to do the copy work. Okay, students, now we are going to our topic today. Watch the video carefully. Okay, students, here is our topic: fibers and fabrics. The fleece is combed into remove as far as possible. Yesterday we have discussed about the topic here, the clipped wool and the pulled wool and all. We have discussed the wool obtained from live sheep, that is called a clipped wool, and that of from dead sheep, that is called a pulled wool. We are discussing about the wool. Okay, don't forget how we are getting the wool and all we have discussed, shearing and all we have discussed, and many points we have discussed. And the wool is obtained from hairy animals like sheep, camel and yak. We have discussed yesterday. Okay, today we are going to continue the same concept. Okay, that is fibers and fabrics. The fleece is combed to remove as far as possible. Clear? The burrs, tiny knots. The fewer the burrs, the better is the wool. The wool which is having few burrs, there is a better wool. After combing, the fibers of the wool are untangled, drawn to straighten them, and then spun or twisted together to make yarn. After combing, the fibers of the wool are untangled, drawn to straighten them, and then spun or twisted together to make the yarn. This yarn can be used for knitting or being woven into fabric. The woolen fiber can be bleached or dyed before or after spinning. Okay. Now, quality of wool. Quality of wool. The quality of a given sample of wool is judged on the basis of the following points. First one, the thinner the fiber, the better is the wool. If the fiber is thin, that will be the better wool, the best wool. Second point, a wool is of superior quality. A wool is of superior quality, is more crimpy or curly than an inferior wool. A wool of superior quality is more crimpy than an inferior wool. And third point, fine wool has a shorter fiber length 4 to 12 centimeter than the medium 6 to 17 centimeter and coarse varieties. Fine wool has shorter fiber length than the medium and coarse varieties. Now we are going to discuss about artificial or synthetic fibers. We have discussed now the natural fibers. Clear? Cotton and wool we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about artificial or synthetic fibers. Fibers like cotton, silk and wool belong to a class of substances called polymers. Fibers like cotton, wool, silk belong to a class of substances called polymers. It's called these all are in the category of polymers. A polymer is a giant molecule formed by end-to-end joining of small parts or units called monomers. A polymer is a giant molecule formed by the end-to-end joining of small parts or units called monomers. As the monomer repeats itself throughout the whole polymer, it is also called repeating unit of the polymer. As the monomer repeats itself throughout the whole polymer, it is also called the repeating unit of the polymer. You can understand the concept in this manner. Imagine that all the children of your class look alike and form a chain. Now the chain is a polymer of which each child is the repeating unit. That is the monomer. And don't you feel that the chain can extend to any extent? You see here, monomers joined end to end to form a polymer. A single unit, that is called a monomer. Clear? Monomer. It's a single unit, that is called a monomer. It is monomers joined end to form a polymer. This all together called a polymer. Okay, students. Now, starch and cellulose are common examples of naturally found polymers. The monomers are small units containing 6 carbon, 10 hydrogen and 5 oxygen atoms. Okay, students. The monomers are small units containing 6 carbon, 10 hydrogen and 5 oxygen atoms. 6 carbon, 10 hydrogen and 5 oxygens contained in a monomer. Hemoglobin and proteins are also natural polymers. Hemoglobin and proteins are also natural polymers. Artificial fibers are made of polymers. Artificial fibers are made of polymers which are produced artificially, that is synthesized in the laboratory. Artificial fibers we are making by the chemical reaction or chemical experiments in the laboratory. There are 2 types of synthetic fibers: semi-synthetic fibers and purely synthetic fibers. There are 2 types of synthetic fibers: semi-synthetic fibers and purely synthetic fibers. First of all, we are going to discuss about semi-synthetic fibers. We are going to discuss about semi-synthetic fibers, our important topic here. These are semi-synthetic fibers are made by modifying some natural polymers, that is by bringing small chemical changes in natural polymers. We are making the semi-synthetic fibers. The most common examples are rayons, which are made from cellulose. The most common example of semi-synthetic fiber, that is rayons. Rayons are made up of or made from cellulose. Okay. Rayons means the cellulose is chemically treated with 3 different ways to obtain 3 kinds of rayons. We are going to discuss here rayons. Okay. Cellulose is, these rayons are made from cellulose. Okay, cellulose is chemically treated in 3 different ways to obtain 3 kinds of rayons. There are 3 kinds of rayons. Okay, first one it is viscous rayon, second one acetate rayon, and cupramonium rayon or cupro. Once again, there are 3 types of rayons: viscous rayon, acetate rayon, and cupramonium rayon or cupro. Okay, now we are going to discuss about in detail viscous rayon. How the viscous rayon produced or manufactured. Cellulose, say cotton, is dissolved in a mixture of sodium hydroxide. First, we are going to allow cellulose to be dissolved in a mixture of sodium hydroxide. And another name of sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda. We are going to mix or dissolve cellulose in sodium hydroxide or caustic soda and carbon disulfide. We are going to mix cellulose in the mixture of sodium hydroxide and carbon disulfide. A viscous liquid called viscous is obtained now. By mixing cellulose into sodium hydroxide and carbon sulfide, a viscous liquid called viscous is obtained there. Viscous is forced through spinnerets into an acid bath and the filaments of viscous rayon are obtained here. Clear? We are forcing viscous to pass through the spinneret. It's a diagram of spinneret. It's very important. You are supposed to draw in the copy. Okay, I'll give you in holiday homework. Okay, it's a holiday homework for you. See, the viscous liquid, the viscous is allowed to pass through the spinnerets into an acid bath. Clear? Here is an acid bath, that is dilute sulfuric acid. This is viscous. Okay. From here, after passing through the acid bath, the viscous changes as thread. The viscous changes as thread here. Okay. Now, acetate rayon. To obtain acetate rayon, cellulose is dissolved in a mixture of acetic acid and sulfuric acid. Okay, the solution is forced through spinnerets as described above. Same way we can make this type of rayon also. Now, to obtain cupro, cellulose is dissolved in a solution of cupramonium hydroxide. To obtain cupro, cellulose is dissolved in a solution of cupramonium hydroxide. The rest of the process remains the same as for the other types. Okay, same types. You have to allow this solution to the spinnerets. Then we will get the particular type of rayon. Okay, once again, there are 3 types of rayons. Okay, students, there are 3 types of rayons here: viscous rayon, acetate rayon, and cupramonium rayon, and how it can manufacture we have discussed here. Okay, students, now we are going to discuss about purely synthetic fibers. Purely synthetic fibers. This point will be discussed in next class. It's time to wind up the session. Okay, students, I hope that you all are understood the topic. If you have any doubt, you can ask to me directly when the class starts. Okay, students, today I am going to wind up. Goodbye and have a nice day.